Our election night coverage continues now. So to help us dig into tonight's results, we have Jesse Acevedo. He's an assistant professor of political science at the University of Denver.
We could talk about Joker, but let's talk about, since you're an expert in politics, let's talk about this. So thanks for staying with us through the night, by the way. When you look at the results here that we saw in Colorado tonight, reading the tea leaves, what does that say what we can expect nationally?
Yeah, I think what was really striking to me were the southern suburbs of Denver, where we think of as Republican strongholds. And for Nikki Haley to put on this performance and get these votes in what we think as Republican strongholds should be a signal to the Republican Party at a national level that they can't just assume of Trump of being the dominant incumbent. And they have to work hard in convincing these Haley supporters to stay with the party, because the last thing they want is for them to stay home.
So that moves them to the center, perhaps?
It'll probably move them to the center, but it may just tone down the language, because we know that Trump's rhetoric may have turned off some voters. And with Nikki Haley using that against them, now will Trump and his campaign react to kind of make sure those voters stay within the camp, because this is going to be a very competitive election in November where you can't afford to lose any votes.
And speaking about moving to the center, you're a professor, so you really have a pulse of what the young people are thinking. You brought up an interesting point about how our youngest voters, they have never seen a climate that was basically like people getting along politically. They've never seen that.
Yeah, this is all they know, and I think young voters are going to face with, like, what kind of politics do they want? And how do they see both politicians? And I think this is where both campaigns, if they choose to campaign to young people, and they should both try to campaign to young people, they have to kind of show them that politics doesn't have to be as toxic as they've probably seen since their early teen years.
All right, 30 seconds here. Look into your crystal ball. How long does Ambassador Haley stay in this?
There's one more round of primary elections. I would say that round of primary elections later this month will probably be like probably her last major push, and then we'll probably see her leave.
All right, Jesse Acevedo, thanks so much for your help tonight. You've been great.
No, thank you.